Imagine a world where the impossible becomes possible, where nature's boundaries blur, and where love transcends species. This is the extraordinary tale of Selena, a leopard who defied instinct and rewrote the rules of the wild. The savanna grasslands of East Africa stretch beneath an unforgiving sun, a place of both beauty and cruelty. Golden fields of grass once swayed in the wind, now withered and cracked from the worst drought in over a decade. Amid this stark landscape lived Selena, a 4-year-old leopard with sleek golden fur marked by flawless black rosettes. She was strong, healthy, and among the most impressive predators of her region, yet fate had dealt her a cruel hand. Selena had just endured her first breeding season and given birth to two tiny leopard cubs with brilliant blue eyes. For a short while, she experienced the bliss of motherhood, sheltering her young in a secret den. But the wild is merciless. One moonless night, while Selena hunted, a pack of hyenas stumbled upon the den. Their snarling laughter split the night air. Selena heard the desperate cries and raced back at full speed, but she was too late. The hyenas left nothing but blood, paw prints, and silence. Her firstborns were gone. For days, Selena lingered at the den, refusing to eat, her mournful whimpers echoing through the empty landscape. She drank only small sips of water. Yet nature's biology endured. Her body continued to produce milk, her endocrine system still flooded with oxytocin and prolactin, the hormones of bonding and care. Though her cubs were gone, the maternal fire within her did not vanish. The drought had stripped the savanna bare. Acacia trees stood skeletal, their leaves long since dropped. Waterholes that once shimmered with life had collapsed into mud, cracked like broken pottery. Bones of zebra, gazelle, and wildebeest littered the land, grim reminders of nature's brutality. Like many predators, Selena faced starvation. Typically, a female leopard roamed an area of 30 to 50 square kilometers. Now, with prey scarce, she was forced to double her hunting territory. Her roaming brought her dangerously close to Kabora village, a settlement of about 200 people who survived through small-scale farming and livestock herding. Normally, leopards avoided human presence. But hunger, grief, and instinct pushed Selena beyond the boundaries written in her DNA. One morning, Selena prowled along a dirt road that connected the reserve to Kabora. Here, bicycles and motorbikes occasionally rattled past, leaving dust swirling in the air. It was under a massive baobab tree along this road that Selena's sharp eyes noticed something unusual. A dog lay motionless in a pool of dried blood, her body broken by a likely collision with a truck. The dog's brown-black coat was matted with dirt and wounds. But what caught Selena's attention was not the lifeless body, but the 4 tiny puppies squirming beside it. Their eyes were sealed shut, their ears folded, their cries thin and desperate as they searched blindly for their mother's milk. Selena froze, hidden in the tall grass 20 meters away. Her predator's mind whispered, "Easy prey." Yet another voice within her, deeper and stronger, silenced that thought. The cries of the puppies stirred echoes of her own lost cubs. The smell of newborn life, warm and fragile, pierced her heart. For hours, Selena watched. The puppies grew weaker, their cries fading. 2 had already stopped moving. Selena knew they would not survive the day without help. It was at this point, what researchers would later call the instinctual transfer point, that Selena made a choice that defied everything science believed about predators. Moving with extraordinary caution, Selena approached the puppies. She lowered her head, her golden eyes soft, her sharp teeth concealed by her lips. She picked up the first puppy with perfect gentleness, carrying it as she would her own cub. Then she placed it safely under a tree 100 meters away before returning for the others. Trip by trip, she carried the litter to safety, but the open tree shade was not enough. Selena remembered an abandoned wooden hut at the reserve's edge, built a decade earlier by foreign researchers studying the savanna. Though deserted, the hut still stood. Wooden walls, a corrugated roof, a straw mattress inside. Over 3 cautious journeys, Selena carried the puppies nearly 1.5 kilometers across rough terrain into this forgotten shelter. There she laid them on the straw bed, creating what would become their sanctuary. At first, Selena was tense. The puppies sought warmth and milk, their cries small but insistent. She allowed them to nurse, hesitant, her muscles rigid. But as their tiny mouths latched onto her, something miraculous happened. Oxytocin surged through her bloodstream. Her body softened. Instinct gave way to a new bond. From that moment forward, Selena was no longer simply a predator. She was a mother again. In the following days, she nursed them, licked their fragile bodies clean, and curled herself around them at night to keep them warm. Leopard milk, richer in protein and fat than dog milk, initially upset their stomachs, but soon their bodies adapted. They began gaining weight. They survived. When she hunted, Selena left only briefly, returning quickly with food. As the puppies grew, she brought them small scraps of meat, adjusting her behavior in ways no scientist had ever recorded from a leopard. She pre-chewed morsels, making them easier for the pups to swallow. She placed her paw gently over their mouths when their yelps grew too loud, teaching silence in the way leopard mothers quiet their cubs. Each puppy developed a personality. The largest, with a white patch on his chest, was bold and adventurous. The smallest clung to Selena constantly, trembling when she strayed too far. The other two loved to tumble and wrestle, their soft barks filling the hut. For nearly 2 weeks, this strange family lived undisturbed. Then, one afternoon, a farmer from Kibora, searching for a lost goat, noticed unusual tracks leading to the hut. Watching from a distance, he glimpsed the incredible sight, a leopard lying protectively beside puppies. The story spread quickly in the village, a leopard raising dogs. Fear mixed with wonder. Eventually, the villagers reported the matter to the conservation authorities. The next morning, Dr. Harris, a seasoned biologist, arrived with 2 rangers. Armed with tranquilizers and cages, they approached cautiously. Through a broken window, Harris witnessed what seemed impossible. Selena curled on the straw bed, the 4 black puppies nestled against her. His voice trembled. This is unprecedented. Selena sensed danger immediately, growling, her fur bristling as she shielded the puppies. The team used a light tranquilizer dose, careful not to harm her. Even sedated, Selena tried to guard the litter. The rangers, moved by her devotion, placed the leopard and puppies together in a single transport cage, unwilling to separate them. At the reserve, a new enclosure was prepared. A quiet hut with straw bedding, trees, and water. When Selena awoke, her first concern was the puppies. Seeing them safe, she calmed and lay down, letting them nurse again. From then on, researchers observed daily. They watched as Selena balanced her leopard instincts with her new role. She continued feeding them, protecting them, even disciplining them gently when they grew noisy. The puppies thrived, their coats glossy, their eyes bright. Harris and his colleagues documented every moment. Never before had science recorded such a cross-species adoption in the wild between predator and prey. This was not captivity, not human-orchestrated. This was nature itself rewriting its rules. Weeks passed. The puppies grew stronger, each revealing its nature-bold explorer, shy clinger, playful twins. Selena could not teach them to hunt like leopard cubs, but she taught them survival, silence, awareness, and trust in her protection. One evening, as the sun bled across the horizon in golden fire, Dr. Harris stood outside the enclosure watching. Selena lay curled around the puppies, their tiny bodies breathing in rhythm with hers. She has changed everything we thought we knew about instinct, Harris whispered. What began as tragedy, one leopard's loss, had transformed into a story that transcended science. Lena had become more than a predator. She was proof of a deeper truth in nature, that love and care could stretch across the lines evolution had drawn.